Hello friends, welcome to Live Traveling. Today we'll see
Best things to do in Hayward, California is an affordable and convenient base that lets you explore every nook of the Bay Area with ease. You're close to the water here on the East Bay, and the Hayward Hills behind the city offer a clear panorama that captures San Francisco, Fremont, Silicon Valley, and Oakland with one memorable view. The choice of days out is way too long to list, but for starters you can see San Francisco's famous sights, tour prestigious universities, sample high-tech life in Silicon Valley, or soak up the beautiful natural scenery around the bay. Let's explore the best things to do in Hayward. Hayward Japanese Gardens, right in Hayward's hectic downtown, is this sanctuary where you can take a minute to reflect. The Japanese Garden was the Bay Area's first to be designed according to strict traditional guidelines. Typical for this style of garden, the beds with 70 different tree and plant species have been meticulously tended to resemble miniature landscapes, and on a visit you'll pass through pavilions, cross a bridge over a koi pond fed by a waterfall, and see a Japanese tea house. The detail is impressive. Even the wood grain of garden structures has been carefully notched to give the impression of great age. Garin Regional Park Bay residents have been coming to these hills from miles around for at least 100 years, especially in the evenings when the sun sets over the West Bay. There was once a ranch here before owner Andrew J. Garin sold his tract of undulating land to the district. You can still amble through the ranch's former orchards, and in autumn there's an apple festival, celebrating the harvest with games, apple tasting sessions, and live bands. The grassy hills rise above 500 meters, and the special views from these peaks incorporate all of the Bay Area. Local cuisine. Hayward is a little less fashionable than some neighboring communities, but more than holds its own for culinary options. On the streets you'll notice just what a melting pot Hayward is, a quality reflected by the choice of restaurants. The Mexican taquerias are particularly good, but you can also tuck into Korean barbecue, Vietnamese, Japanese, or classic American diner food. Hayward Regional Shoreline. You've seen the hills, now it's time to explore the shore. This stretch of the East Bay is a salt marsh ecosystem supporting abundant bird life. Borrow some binoculars from the Hayward Shoreline Interpretive Center for your walk and see if you can glimpse the likes of double-crested cormorants and long-billed curlews. For a long time the Hayward Shore farmed for sale, but in the 80s it was restored as a wetlands to bring wildlife back to this part of the East Bay. The San Francisco Bay Trail runs right through the park, so if you feel like a longer walk, venture for a few miles along this 345-mile path curving around two-thirds of the bay. Mural arts program of Hayward. For many years Hayward had a bit of a graffiti problem. So back in 2008 the city decided to beat the taggers at their own game. They picked all the walls and pillars that would usually fall prey to vandalism and invited artists to paint their own eye-catching murals on them instead. The money the city would otherwise have spent painting over and removing graffiti they diverted into commissions. So on a walk around the downtown you'll view some inspired artwork on the sides of buildings and otherwise empty spaces. Castro Regional Recreation Area, a peaceful natural partition between Hayward and the adjacent Castro Valley. This mini wilderness is loved for its lagoon hidden within the woodland. In the summer the lagoon's clear waters are a great way to cool off, and for most of the perimeter there's a sandy beach. If you're here in the evenings and have the patience you'll see deer and raccoons creeping out of the tree line to drink at the lagoon. You can rent a boat on the shore, and anglers come to Don Castro throughout the year to catch catfish, bass, and trout.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe.